I'm Vicki Wilkins, and I'm so glad to have Mark Bucher with us today to talk about his time since SPA and also about the work he's doing right now in the DC community with the COVID-19 outbreak. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Good afternoon. It's great to see you. Thanks for having me on.
We're so thrilled. It's so great to have alums that are willing to jump in and have conversations with us. As we had talked before, we have students who really are looking to understand career paths of the SPA alums and how they're doing right now out in the workforce. So, Mark, you graduated from the School of Public Affairs with a degree in CLEG. That is our interdisciplinary degree in communications, law, economics, and government. And you quickly took that degree and went to work in the restaurant business, and you've been quite successful there. And I kind of would like to understand that career path and what led you into that work.
To me, Clegg was pre-law. I had told my parents I was going to go to law school when I graduated college. I promised my mother I was going to go to law school when I graduated college. I was in the radio business during college. I was in the radio business a little bit after college in DC. Then I got into the commercial real estate business. Then I got into the restaurant business. Then I got into the business of advising 200 NFL players a year on career choices and career paths. So to me, as I've gotten older, my interests have changed. I was always entrepreneurial my entire life. So DC gave me a good framework to do it. And frankly, AU gave me a good framework to do that. I could choose to get involved with student clubs and activities there and take leadership positions that I otherwise might not have taken in a bigger school.
You know, one thing that we really talked about in the School of Public Affairs is how our students, our alums have responded to the COVID-19 crisis. And you played a particularly important role here in the DC community. And I applaud you for that, and I thank you for it. But I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about what you've done in the last several weeks and what you've learned.
Well, when COVID started really breaking in this country, it was about 6 weeks ago now. So I immediately sprung into action and said, I can help. Elderly over 70, my father was 86 when he passed away. I dealt with this. He doesn't have a smartphone. He can't order DoorDash, Postmates, or Uber Eats for dinner. He doesn't know how to do it. He's not going to the grocery store and waiting in line because he can't right now because of COVID. So they need food. And if their kids aren't with them or they're not with their kids, they're living alone. And at that point, they said, keep your gatherings to less than groups of 10. So if they were in assisted living and had vans running to grocery stores, the vans stopped running. So we just said, anyone who asks in the DC area is going to get a steak dinner delivered to them. And we were lucky enough to get a group of volunteers that sign up every day. Our requests come in via email and our social media platforms. And every night we're delivering a couple hundred elderly meals. But that has changed. As this virus has changed, we are also providing meals to first responders now. We're providing meals to emergency rooms and COVID trauma teams. We're providing meals to NIH because their cafeteria went down. We're providing meals to elementary school students who lost their feeding schools because someone came down with COVID there. It's just something you do. So it's not, they never taught this in business school, but profits don't matter. General business principles don't matter right now. At the end of the day, when you're talking about living or dying, everything else kind of works itself out. People do something else or other jobs will come, but when it's life or death, you got to just kind of make decisions and go. And we did that. It was a whim. I moved fast. I put it out on Twitter. It had 40 some odd thousand retweets, and we keep going. And I hope that we have led by example, that we've seen some others pick up on it, and we continue to do it. Through a very small and limited private donations have helped us a little bit, but we continue to fund about 75% of this because we have to.
Well, I thank you for that. And I also know it's not the only time you guys have stepped up. I've seen you at Thanksgiving and, around the year and across times always be an important community member. So I thank you for that.
Give this advice to the students that are coming through this right now. You can't be myopic in your thinking in this global world right now where information moves in a split second. Corporately, everyone sees what move you do or what move you don't do. And in times like this, with information moving so quickly, you have to make a decision. Am I going to participate or am I not? And if you are going to participate, you need to do it for the right reasons. And I've always been a good corporate citizen. I've always taken care of the communities that have supported me and my business. And I think that's part of giving, and it's part of big foundations. And you just have to do that. That's society. But on my very small scale, we try to do as much as we can every day.
Well, I applaud you. It blows me away to watch you. And I thank you so much for your time. I know you're really busy and so appreciate you sharing your knowledge and your wisdom with us today. And I look forward to when we can visit in person, but do wish you all the best and hope that you're well.
Thanks, you too. Stay safe and healthy.
Thank you. Take care.